Hello, my friends. It's Victoria here, and today I'd like to invite you into a conversation that may surprise you. It's not about a pill, a supplement, or even a diet plan. It's about something much simpler, more human, and yet, as research shows, profoundly powerful for both body and mind: play. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Play. Isn't that something for children? For recess on the playground? For sandcastles and silly games? But here's the truth. Play is not just a childhood pastime. It's a biological necessity. It's hardwired into our brains, and research by physicians and neuroscientists, including Dr. Mithu Storoni, is showing us that play has very real effects on circulation, stress, immunity, cognition, and even how well we age. Before we dive in, I encourage you to stay with me all the way through to the end, because the most powerful insights and the most practical ways you can bring play into your life are waiting in the second half of this episode. And along the way, I'd love for you to comment below. Tell me what play means to you today. Is it gardening, board games, dancing in your kitchen, or perhaps something you haven't done in years? Why play matters beyond childhood. The late Dr. Stuart Brown, who founded the National Institute for Play, famously said that the opposite of play isn't work, it's depression. That's a striking thought, isn't it? Dr. Mithu Storoni's research adds to this, pointing out how play relieves the brain of chronic stress, reshapes emotional circuits, and keeps cognitive flexibility alive, something we desperately need as we grow older. Studies show that play stimulates neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt, form new connections, and resist decline. In animal research, rats who were deprived of play literally had underdeveloped brains in regions responsible for social interaction and problem-solving. In humans, play has been linked to improved memory, sharper executive function, and more resilient stress response systems. And that's not all. Play activates reward pathways in the brain, releasing dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin. These aren't just happy chemicals. They regulate immunity, protect cardiovascular health, and even aid in digestion. So why do we give up on play when we need it most? The cultural disconnect. Historically, play wasn't just for children. If you look at traditional societies, from tribal dancing in Africa to stick games among indigenous peoples, or the ancient Roman love of theatre and sport, play was woven into community life across all ages. Even in Victorian England, older adults participated in parlour games, music circles, and lively debates that had the flavour of play. In Japan, community festivals still feature playful competitions for elders, and in the Mediterranean, dominoes and bocce ball are social lifelines well into the 8th and 9th decades of life. It's really only in the modern West that play became childish. Somewhere along the way, productivity replaced joy and seriousness replaced spontaneity. And what has it cost us? Rising rates of anxiety, depression, loneliness, and cognitive decline. Let me share a few stories. There's Arthur, a 72-year-old retired engineer who came to me complaining of low mood and fatigue. He wasn't clinically depressed, but his life felt grey. When I asked him what he used to love, his eyes lit up. Model airplanes. He hadn't touched them in 40 years. I encouraged him to join a local hobbyist club. Within months, his energy returned, his blood pressure improved, and his wife told me she had her husband back. Then there's Maria, 68, who was recovering from a minor stroke. Traditional rehab was helping, but she felt stuck emotionally. I suggested dance therapy, playful movement rather than rigid exercise. Not only did her mobility improve, but her laughter became medicine. She told me it was the first time she felt like herself again. And James, 80, who took up chess in the park after losing his wife. What began as an intellectual challenge became a social lifeline. His doctors noted improvements in his cognitive testing, but more importantly, he had friends again. Common myths about play. One myth is that play is frivolous. In fact, it's essential for resilience. Research in adults shows that play lowers cortisol levels, improves circulation, and can even reduce chronic pain perception. Another myth is that play must be competitive or athletic. Not true. Play is defined by freedom, curiosity, and joy, whether it's doodling on paper, telling jokes, or trying on silly hats. And some fear that play is wasting time. But play is deeply efficient. It resets your nervous system, restores your attention span, and enhances creativity. Neuroscientists find that after playful activity, adults perform better on problem-solving tasks. The science of play and stress. Dr. Mithu Storoni's work emphasizes how chronic stress changes the brain. Stress shrinks the hippocampus, a region critical for memory, and overactivates the amygdala, which fuels anxiety. Play acts like an antidote. Through novelty and enjoyment, play lowers sympathetic nervous system arousal, the fight or flight mode, and strengthens parasympathetic tone, which supports digestion, immunity, and heart health. In plain words, play helps your body heal itself. A 2019 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology showed that adults who engaged in playful activities at least 3 times a week reported lower stress levels, greater life satisfaction, and higher resilience against depression. Lifestyle integrations. So how do we reclaim play as adults? Start small, join a board game night, take a dance class, buy a set of coloured pencils, and sketch for 10 minutes. If you have grandchildren, get down on the floor with them. If you don't, borrow the spirit of a child. Try something simply because it's fun. Play doesn't need to cost money, it doesn't require equipment, it requires permission to step out of the serious and into the spontaneous. And here's the beautiful truth, your brain and body don't care whether you're 8 or 88. The benefits of play are available at every stage of life. Question, isn't play a luxury? Play is as essential as sleep or nutrition. Depriving yourself of it accelerates stress, aging, and decline. Question, can play really improve circulation? Yes. Play often involves laughter, movement, or engagement, all of which dilate blood vessels, improve oxygenation, and boost nitric oxide production. Question, what if I feel silly? That's the point. Silly is therapeutic. Studies show that laughter-based therapies improve immunity and lower blood pressure. Question, how much play is enough? Research suggests even 20 minutes a few times a week can yield measurable benefits, but the key is consistency, not duration. Question, what if I'm alone? Solo play is powerful, crossword puzzles, singing along to music, painting, these all count. So, my friends, here's the message. Play is not childish, it's life-giving. It is a biological prescription written into your nervous system. And the research of Dr. Mithu Storoni, along with many others, shows us that play may be one of the most underutilized medicines of all. As you leave this episode, I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you truly played? Not performed, not produced, but played. If this resonates, comment below and share your own story. What playful practice could you bring back into your life this week? And please, subscribe to Vita Prime Health and share this episode with family and friends. Because sometimes the greatest gift we can give one another is permission to play again.